Alright, stand by for live feed here. Quiet on the set as we say. Audio check for Mixler. Live for the Rich Hart Show. And stand by for 3, 2.
Good afternoon, folks. Hey, thank you very much for joining us on this wonderful Valentine's Day show. Isn't this just great? Hey, welcome to the Rich Hart Show on Valentine's Day. Not bad, huh? And my producer in the background, believe it or not, ready for this? Rich Casanova. Yeah, there you go. Cannot beat it, without a doubt. Hey, today we're going to promise you a super duper great show. In the studio with us today, we have Dr. Dan Nussbaum and Dr. Bruce Salzinger. All right, we're going to introduce them. We're going to be talking about international real estate and the depths and details of the IMLS as an international MLS platform. All right, and so basically on here, we're going to be talking about the international world of real estate and the impact that it has on today's real estate professionals with the tools and resources coming to you from the IMLS. So help me welcome, all right, Dr. Dan Nussbaum. Dan, say hello to the crowd out there.
Hey, everybody.
Good night, and we have Dr. Bruce Salzinger with us in the studio too.
Hi, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Great. You know, I got to say something right off the bat. I can read through both of your bios, and I'm noticing one commonality out here. Dan, you were born originally in Long Beach, New York, and Bruce, of course, Long Beach. You're actually Long Beach, New York, too, as well.
Correct. We grew up together.
And then Rich Casanova. Where's that from?
Miami, that's almost Long Beach.
That's a longer beach.
It's the other Long Beach.
Exactly.
We call it South Beach.
Exactly.
South.
Well, we think he's got some.
That's okay when I moved from LA. They both were college. People asked me why. I said, I'm going home. And they said, well, you used to live there? I said, no, it's New York Walk.
Love it. Well, my old stopping ground's out there, Long Island, New York. So, I mean, this is a New York show today, I guess.
Yes,
right?
it is.
It is, without a doubt. But hey, today we're going to be talking about the IMLS, already, and what the IMLS actually really stands for. And what it is the International MLS. You'll be able to find it at theimls.com. You'll be able to reach them at 818-456-4311 for additional information, and we'll cover that again at the end of the show too as well. But hey, let's start off right off the bat. Dan, tell us a little bit about the IMLS, this global exposure of real estate of the IMLS movement that we have out there. All right, and before you do that, I want to run some fast facts. All right, Bruce, check these out. Just these fast facts out there. Okay. Currently, right now, and you guys know this, but I'm an international real estate broker, right? So there is currently approximately 1.3 million real estate professionals in the country. Well over 1,200 associations. 65% of those individuals are realtors. 22% are brokers. 15% of those folks are associate brokers. All right, you're going to be talking about 63% of realtors today are women. All right, in the industry, at a median age, somewhere in the vicinity of about 53 and 54. All right, believe it or not, ready for this? The average median income for a real estate professional today, ready for this? It's going to hurt you, $42,000. You would think that would be a lot more. All righty, and we're still at this rule of saying 90% of the people, okay, or let's say 10% of the people are doing 90% of the business. So I think we're going to be talking about some opportunities. As I look at this international side, which is pretty unique out there, just last year alone, all right, and the National Association of Realtors reports, all right, that $153 billion in sales were generated, all right, from April to March of 1 year of purchased property here in the United States.
By foreigners?
By foreigners, by international monies here coming into the United
Mhm.
States. All right, and Dan, I think this was a whole giant-sized movement and a development, and the reason why this IMLS came to be. So tell us a little bit about this IMLS and how this whole platform, all right, was designed. All right, if you can take it from here.
I would say a Bloomberg reported a couple of years ago that one out of every 6 homes was bought by a foreigner.
Jeez.
1 out of 6 homes in the U.S. was bought by a foreigner. So it's not, it's become a lot more, let's say, rather than a niche, it's a market. 1 out of 6 is a foreigner. How did this come to be? Well, I'm a real estate broker based in California, and wanted to create a platform for brokers and agents and other consumers with the goal of bringing the entire world together. Buyers, sellers, developers, associations, MLSs, etc. So we went on a plan over the last 8 years of creating this in such a way as to achieve all the goals and building out the portal and the agent platform. So rather than being just a portal where you can go and see about 1 million listings in 70 plus countries in 100 something languages, it also is a full agent platform, which really is very helpful because, in the United States, MLS is the way of doing business.
Right.
Outside the United States, there are so many countries without even rules for licensure. Never mind the fact that most countries don't have an MLS.
Right.
So the platform enables people overseas to be able to share listings with each other, as well as in the United States, and to be able to contact each other and to be able to do business.
There you go. So we're talking today about real estate professionals having the ability to add this unique IMS platform to their business structure, all right, to really open the doors to engage, ready for this, all right, for an opportunity, Bruce, all right, and Dan, for $1.3 million in sales. Now, granted, those sales themselves, a large majority of themselves, and I've done the numbers, I'm working with these numbers all the time. We're talking about California, Florida, Texas, Arizona, are for the prime main states where individuals are buying. But you know the fifth, and kind of the fifth and sixth spots, all right, for individuals buying real estate today is, believe it or not, ready for this? New York and New Jersey. And you would think that would be different. But now, Dan, we're talking about giving real estate professionals today a platform so they can interact on a global perspective and change the direction or the dynamics of the real estate business.
And actually, the interesting thing is, just to talk about the ability for them to get their listings seen globally all around the world. Well, how the IMLS really came to be was we started getting the listings outside the United States, and we created an international search product that's available to all the agents and brokers in the world to have on their website a framed responsive solution where they can capture keys for people who are looking to buy in other places, and then they can be making money working and networking with the agents overseas to be making their referrals. So all the agents and brokers will get all the listings of the IMLS for their own website.
Wow.
As well as having the listings on the internet. And that's really one of the things that's really makes it different, in that as soon as the listings come on, it's disseminated everywhere. And the IMLS is the only way your listings can be on other agent or broker sites across the country and around the world automatically.
Look at that, and what an opportunity, because as you start talking about, Dan, we're talking about agents and broker platforms. So we're talking what this means to the active professional today, and what this actually means for consumers and buyers, whether they be both international or be national. All right, and so let's talk about this platform a little bit. I mean, this is really engaging to the point, Bruce, when we're looking at a whole unique way, a dynamic way, especially the way real estate is being bought and sold today. Alrighty, and individuals themselves conducting more international-based transactions and not even having face-to-face because of the world of technologies. So Dan, you've brought this platform to the agent all right, to the broker, all right, to really open their doors, all right, to really engaging more of the professionals or engaging more of the global side of this business, which is huge. All right, and so what about, I mean, how's the platform work for an agent or broker, all right, in the business today?
Well, I mean, the agents can upload their listings manually.
Uh-huh.
So we can take data feeds of the listings, either from the brokers or they become a member. They get a back-end login area, and it's very, very easy for them to capture the code, put it on their website, and then all of a sudden they have with all the listings on the IMO search.
Right.
Now, IMO search is also a responsive solution, and it has complete displays and integration of the USA and international search, as well as residential and commercial.
Well, what?
The last year was really upgrade the search product, if you will,
Okay.
to be able to take a full commercial delivery as well as residential.
So we're looking both not only residential, but now looking at commercial. All right, which commercial, all right, Bruce and Dan, they never really had this opportunity. All right, maybe by word of mouth, emails, maybe some texts. I'm not quite sure. But now you have a platform, all right, that the individuals themselves can interact, all right, and show their listings. All right, and then you're actually really showing a lot more detail. All right, and the detail properties such as the MLSs or the MLSs that we may see here in the United States.
Our,
We've mapped the MLS data, and I'm pretty excited about how we're displaying everything. And on the commercial side, we designed everything to be in the feed acceptance as well as the display
Right.
to match the largest commercial portal in the U.S.
That's
So it makes it very, very easy for us to be able to get the listings and display them and buy them.
That's a no-brainer for a broker, all right, to really start to engage on a global platform, international platform, all right. Then what about new homes? Does this work for new homes too as well?
In the U.S.,
Yeah.
typically an MLS requires all the agents. In order to have your listings on the MLS, if you're a broker, all the agents are required in the office to belong. In this particular case, we do not require that, so the cost structure for accepting a commercial real estate listing is so far less than it's the same.
Right.
And the listings not just would be, again, on our portal, but disseminated automatically to agents and brokers across the country and
Right.
around the world.
Huge, huge. What about, I mean, of course, when you're talking residential, you're talking now, things seem to be getting better in the real estate industry, just a little bit. All right, we're turning some corners out here. What about new homes? I understand we've got a new homes platform too as well.
That's a new platform. We're going to be building that out over the next couple of years with product for the agents. It's an unbelievable opportunity. Although we have developed this outside the U.S.
Right.
because the commission structure is a lot higher.
Sure.
And to the homes that we get in the U.S., typically if they get a lead, if you will, a client that to buy, anything they can make a referral to any agent in that locale.
Right.
To bring that buyer over to the home community.
Yep.
So that agent gets the commission and then generate a referral commission to the referring agent.
Look at that. So it's like getting paid in your jammies. All right.
If you do your homework.
Not really, and not really getting on a plane. All right, to sign a agency agreement, or because everything is going now, all right, at a different through areas and opportunities through technology. All right, but Dan, we're talking about globally accepting. All right, now I think we've talked about 20 plus countries. All right, in a translate that's well over 100 plus different languages, and so now it's a kind of a universal, all right, platform, all right, for individuals to do business globally. 70 plus countries. All right, and current listings right now, what would you say current listings that are on the systems currently right now? What would you say an approximate number?
Somewhere around 1 million. I do not check every day. It fluctuates. Somewhere in that area.
Can't beat that. I mean, this is a whole dynamic platform already for individuals wanting to gauge, Bruce, gauging, or just want to getting involved on the global platform. All right, which is huge. You know, Dan, we're talking about international deliveries, and most countries don't have these MLS, which you said before. The MLS brings everybody together to share property listings in the network with other agencies around the world. All right, there's probably some related councils, related individuals themselves. We've often talked about areas such as what the global side of the National Association of Realtors and other types of international federations such as FIAPSI. What are the people themselves currently right now you've been reaching out to and developing these relationships to build this platform and to make it more of a global, just a global timepiece for everybody to use?
That's really a great point. Essentially, if you want to bring the world together, you've got to bring it through the organizations, the associations, and the brokers everywhere. And really, what our goal was to get support from the largest real estate organization in the world, FIAPSI.
Okay, great.
FIAPSI has 100 associations in 60 plus countries.
Right.
And I was invited actually twice last year to be a sponsored featured speaker in Andorra, which is a little country in Europe,
Uh-huh.
and then in Athens, Greece in December. And after doing the presentation, actually, within the last month, we have brought on as IMLS members the chapter presidents in FIAPSI that represent approximately 20 countries in 1 month. So they will be helping us with the introducing the IMLS to all of their chapter members, and then also coordinating with us with the associations in those countries.
You can't beat that because, I mean, when I did the research, I spent a little time with FIAPSI. FIAPSI Atlanta asked me to do some things with them too as well. When we start taking a look at the International Federation, I'm going to try to get this right. Ready for this? FIAPSI, the Federation of International de Administraciones de Bienes Council of Agents and Mobilities. Okay? Now, that's my French, folks, and that's probably as fat as it's going to get. Okay?
You'll get better.
But FIAPSI is being the International Real Estate Federation, and I did some research.
I want to say something there and networking and spending time. What was really fascinating to me is that you're an agent or a broker in an area in Spain, and you wanted other agents to work with you or to have their listings for their clients in another area, or even in the same town. There's no way. And so they realize now that the IMLS, not just the fact that, an agent in Barcelona can share his listings with somebody in Valencia,
Right.
he could share his listings with somebody else in Barcelona.
My gosh.
They just really don't have that level of cooperation.
My
And
God.
outside the United States, where they don't typically share listings and they don't share commissions on a 50-50 basis
Right.
like an MLS, they find the IMS to be ideal for working within those markets to fit inside their typical way of doing business.
My gosh. That's
Dan,
amazing.
remember the speaking engagement as well in Rosario, Argentina?
Well, we're presenting this locally, and we're looking for full cooperation, full participation, for the benefit of all the agents, the brokers, the associations themselves, and the consumers. I mean, consumers want to see everything.
My God.
They want to get the global exposure of their business and their homes for sale.
Sure, and so we're talking a broker platform, all right, of professionals, all right. We're bringing the industry back to the professional.
Correct.
Okay, which I love that as a broker. Okay,
You earned the listing.
You got it. Hey, folks, today we're talking with Dr. Dan Nussbaum and Dr. Bruce Salinger, already on the IMLS, already. And if you're liking what you hear so far, all right, take a look at theimls.com. All right, you can also reach them at 818 456-4311, or you can reach Dan at theimls.com. And so to learn a little bit more of what's going on. You can also go to richhart.com too as well. If you just see it, it's there as well.
It's there as well.
Love it. All right. Hey, Dan, as we continue on, let's talk about the IMLS, the investment opportunities, are the ability to share in the growth of the IMLS, how individuals can get involved, all right, what are the things themselves that we can do to really get out to the listeners and say, you know, the listeners out there right now saying, wow, this sounds very interesting. This is possibly a platform, all right, that I could possibly get involved with. So what can you tell me about this? I know, because I know we've gone over this. There's gold and silver membership programs and different types of ways to approach and work with the IMLS. What can you share with us today?
Well, actually, on, you know, it can be what we call like individual retail where an agent decides to join on their own. But what we wanted to do, to me, that was like painting the Empire State Building with its infrastructure.
Right.
What we wanted to do was to create a massive wholesale delivery, and we came up with member benefit plans for brokers as well as influencers.
Okay.
So for instance, you know, a broker can buy memberships from all of their agents. In fact, where you are in Atlanta, there's a company I'm sure you all know, Berkshire Hathaway in Georgia, who recently a broker who is taking advantage of all of this, where there's 1,600 plus agents are having their listings exposed globally.
Good.
And where they all have the international friend page on their own site or on the Berkshire Hathaway site as well, and also within the pages for those agents.
Right.
So that they can all participate in the coming and going of that business.
So what does that platform look like though, Dan? What was?
Member benefit plan, so that the MLS would like to purchase for a very, very low.
Okay.
Memberships for all the agents, like all the agents, all the listings, they can also do that, and that's sort of the silver plan, and then the gold plan would be to also include the international web page.
Ah.
I'm not going to say the cost comparison, it's you're really about agents in the U.S. that was 1.3 million.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So and outside the United States, there could be anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 million people that sell real estate, especially when you consider that in a number of countries, you don't even require licensure to be an agent. So it could be a wholesale, it could be anybody.
Right.
It's an enormous number.
My gosh. So should we start taking a look at that? I mean, Bruce, what have you seen so far? Okay. On the platform, we're talking about creating widgets. We're talking about creating platforms. We're talking about personalized websites, all right, that individuals are having. We're talking about a payment plan, Dan, that's almost crazy. Okay, it's not even a payment plan. All right, it's because we want to give the opportunity back to the agents. All right, what have you seen from your perspective?
Well, you mentioned it earlier that only about 10% of the agents are doing the bulk of the business.
Right.
For those who didn't have certain skills to compete with those who could get all those listings, call it billboard advertising, call it however they were becoming a name brand within their company, within their sphere of influence, those other 80–90% of those that had trouble getting listings. This is a phenomenal tool.
Sure.
When you then would represent to potential sellers that you're able to put their property up around the world, more eyeballs that could potentially find your property in a heartbeat,
Sure.
just go market it.
Sure.
Maybe you have people that, because you're working many years within your, let's call it the Wheeldex, the old days.
Right.
In that Wheeldex, you have people that call it the political scenario in the United States today. You want to move, not within the States, you might want to move outside the United States. This tool works within the United States as well.
Sure.
But the international arena being as turbulent as it is, yes, people see this as an extremely safe haven. So the agents outside the United States, which will now have much more transparency, their brokers, who in turn want to see success because everyone in that organization has their relationship. This gives you a much better tool to compete among who you see as your competition for the better listings, for whatever the property might be. In New York, in the city, maybe they're looking for something by the shore, maybe they want golf course property.
Sure.
The opportunity is leveling of then that playing field.
Right.
And we deliver that at such an affordable cost
Yeah.
that to not take a hard look at it would be foolish.
That's amazing. You know, let me throw a couple other numbers out for you too, as well, for audience. All right, and those professionals are out there either thinking, working, developing, want to add a global presence, all right, to what they're doing. And there's a tremendous amount of global presence in where Dan is right now, all right, in the Florida area, Fort Lauderdale area, Miami area, and things of this nature. Tremendous amount of international presence when we start talking about California and Texas and what I said before of Arizona and those areas. But you know, Dan and Bruce, what astonished me, and of course, as I run around the country, all right, with programs such as Certified International Property Specialist and teaching individuals themselves the cruxes, the tools, the nuts and bolts, the skills, tools, resources, all right, that you pull out just from the global perspective is huge. And so just take a look at this number. If you say, okay, the year before, now we said $153 billion of sales, all right, here in the United States from international and global perspectives, okay, individual people going in. You know what it was the year before? It was only $102.6 billion. Look at the increase just over a year. All right, what does that tell you about the influx of sales that are coming? And so if you're not set up for it, okay, and we said this, you know, for individuals, Dan, you remember this, Dan, all right? We said this for individuals that were involved in the short sale end of the world, all right? If you were involved in short sales before short sales became what? The #1 topic, okay, in 2008, 2009, 10, 11, all right? And when it came as being the #1 topic out there, if you were in short sales, you were going to do very, very well. But if you just decided in 2008, 2009 that you wanted to get into short sales, you wanted to call yourself a short sale professional, all right, short sale and bank professional, forget it, all right? You may have done 1 or 2 transactions and you didn't have the nest egg. You didn't have the platform that was built, all right? What you guys done here, all right, what we continue to pull out there and push out there is you've got a dynamic, already international, global platform.
Rich, this tool is extremely robust, and one of the reasons we're very proud, we took our time. Dan in particular, and I know when I went to the shows, we listened to what the consumer needed. Call it your agent, call it your broker. Dan having the experience of being in the trenches, getting listings, what the buyers wanted, the sellers. We took our time. The product is not 100%, but just like the apps on your phone that get upgraded, we're ready to rock. We're ready to roll, and we're proud to announce, take a look, and put something in the suggestion box, and we'll tinker with it with the programmers we are using full time to tinker with improving this to make it easier for you to not only attract, but to make that sale at the best price.
Please.
In that on our 10-point study that we have posted on the site, we really thank everybody for all their help. I mean, the feedback from the CEOs, the MLSs, the brokers, the agents, all the people who really want this to succeed has been invaluable.
Yeah.
It's just not possible to know everything about everywhere and every item. So getting this feedback, wanting to make everybody feel as if this is theirs.
Right.
You know, it's one of the things, I did a demo one time at an association and said, well, you know, this is for my life. And I said, no, it's not my IMO.
And I, you know, Dan, I remember talking about this and having like extensive hours of conversation on just the setting up the dynamics, developing the platform, and now you guys have brought it to light, and it's just it's quote unquote, ready for this? It's a godsend.
Rich, this conversation is going on in Italian, French, Indian, Portuguese. The ability to have it in their language, in their currency, translated, so if they're talking to someone who appreciates it in another language, the tool is extremely robust.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan and Bruce, it seems like it's just going to continue to grow. All right, and so we're going to finish up with some final comments for today's show. Dan, final comments, things themselves that our listeners really need to know about the IMLS, this platform, and what it could do for their business going forward.
Before site and decide they're interested in the property in Spain, or they're interested in the property in Italy, and then they fill out a form and you get the lead, you make the referral, and you make money.
Good deal. Can't beat that. Bruce, go ahead, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, from what I've seen from Berkshire Hathaway's success with this, Keys Realty, Better Homes and Gardens, we go on and on. Those that have embraced this, those agents are appreciating that if you don't have this, you're at a competitive disadvantage. If your competitor is working with these tools, you don't know what you're missing. And I'm telling you, behind the scenes, they're doing fine. So I would suggest you contact your broker, let him take a look, or contact us directly.
Here it is, and that's the information itself. We said it before. All right, reach out to www if they use www anymore, right?
Do they really?
But not really. So it's TheIMLS.com. All right, you can reach out to Dan out there and the folks themselves in the office space at 818-456-4311. You can reach Dan at TheIMLS.com. You can reach Bruce at TheIMLS.com. You can reach Rich at TheIMLS.com. Rich at RichHart.com. Or you can actually just go to RichHart.com, key into the international site, and it'll take you right through the entire program. All right. On behalf of myself, on behalf of Dan and Bruce on today's show, I wanted to thank you very much. Also want to shout out to the Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's. Rich Casanova.
Rich
How could you have a name like that, all right, and not say something about it, you know?
Every time you mention my name, it's $1.50. But this last one's on me. Happy Valentine's Day.
But it's $3 a piece for Rich Hart. All right, come on. The Casanova is just a side product. That's like broccoli on the side of your plate. All right, yes it is. But a special shout goes out to Deb and Jennifer of my office out there that couldn't make it here today, and happy Valentine's Day to the ladies out there as well. And hey, thank you very much, Bruce, Dan, for joining the show out here today. It's been my pleasure. All right, talking about the IMLS. Coming up in future programs, we've got out there, especially the next two programs, we're talking about cognitive and behavioral tools and assessments, and we're actually going to reach into the spiritual side of leadership and leadership development inside the business world. So, hey, this is Rich Hart saying thank you very much. Hey, we'll talk to you real soon, and hey, richhart.com is the way to be. We'll talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And stay tuned for the next episode of The Rich Hart Show, brought to you in part by Rich Hart Global Incorporated and the EvalueCore Institute. For more information and to connect with the show host and sponsors, visit richhart.com or email us at rich@richhart.com.
I think that went well, no?